And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Holcomb Stadium in Mesa. Ton Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage of the Desert Classic session number 2. And we're underway in the Futures Championship game. It features Angels Gray against Saber Cats Gray. And the Angels up there with their leadoff hitter. It's Dominic Hummel. Fouled the first pitch off, takes the next one over for a strike. And the count 0-2, and now the 2-strike pitch. And that's lined into center field. And that falls for a base hit and a leadoff single for the Angels here in the first inning to get things going. So Hummel aboard at first, the leadoff hitter playing center field. Brody Daniels bats second and plays first base. Hitting third is an extra hitter, Joey Giorgini. Garrett Gilchrist will bat fourth and play right field. Hitting fifth is the shortstop Daniel Cervantes. Evan Wisson will bat sixth and play third base. Hitting seventh is the catcher Britt Graham. Jimmy Riggin will bat eighth in left field. The number 9 hitter is the pitcher Juan Melendez. Brecken Montana will bat 10th at second base. Pitch a strike, the throw to second base. And safe at second. Just getting in there is Hummel with a stolen base. And to finish out the order for the Angels, Tanner Quigley, an extra hitter, 11th. Chandler Bruce, an extra hitter, batting 12th. So they hit 12. Sabercats will hit 11. We'll give you their lineup when we get to the bottom of the first as the pitch is low and outside for a ball. And it's 1-1. And pitch just off the outside corner for a ball, 2-1. Pitch over for a strike, 2-2 on Brody Daniels. Check back to second base in the 2-2. Pitch a little bit low, and that runs the count full. And the pitch outside, and that's ball 4. Daniels walks. And the first 2 aboard. And the batter is Joey Giorgini. A little bit of a delay here as Giorgini had to get the jersey tucked in. Now he's ready to go. The first one on the way. And it's outside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That's outside, 2 balls and no strikes. A single and a walk to begin the ball game. The number 3 hitter at the plate for the Angels in the 2-0 pitch. Got under it a bit, lifts it into shallow center, and it's going to fall. Nobody able to make the play, but the throw will go to third base, and out at third they get the lead runner. And tough for a base runner there. You get kind of caught in no man's land. You got to make sure that that ball gets down. It drops between the left fielder, center fielder, and the shortstop, but able to pick it up and throw out Hummel going to third base, so they get the force. Turns into a fielder's choice then for Giorgini. And there's 2 aboard with 1 out for Garrett Gilchrist. Gilchrist not wasting any time, pops it up. This will be an infield fly. And it's caught for out number 2. Two away for Daniel Cervantes. First pitch over the outside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. That ball hit pretty well out to right field. But playable out there, finding the sun a little bit. The catch made. And the Sabercats get out of first inning trouble after a single, a stolen base, and a walk. First 2 aboard. But they get out of the inning, and the Angels do not score. No runs, 1 hit plus a walk, 2 left after half inning of play. Angels nothing. Sabercats coming up. Chase White leads it off for the Sabercats at the bottom of the first inning and takes strike 1. And the next one over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Pitch bounced in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 on Chase White. Zach Schwartz will bat next for the Sabercats. Hudson Gurka hits 3rd. Tim Stobo is 4th. Juan Melendez, the starter for the Angels, and a ground ball over to first base. Bobbled a bit, but picked up, and Daniels with a tap of the bag at first. And Chase White, the leadoff hitter, retired in the bottom of the first. First one to Schwartz bounced in for ball 1. No score, bottom of the first inning. It's the Futures Championship game in the Desert Classic, session number 2. And the next one low for a ball, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Bounced in. 3 balls and no strikes. And the 3-0. And the knees, a strike, 3-1. Back to it, the 3-1 pitch. That's at the knees on the outside corner, and it's 3-2. Melendez with a 3-2 and a ground ball over to third. And boy, backing up a little bit. The throw goes to first and just about got him anyway. Wesson backing up on it. Didn't get it clean and deflected to Cervantes, and he nearly had it up on the throw to get Schwartz. But instead, an E5. And the Sabercats have a first inning base runner. Schwartz aboarded first for Hudson Gurka. First one to Gurka on the inside corner, a strike. The 0-1. Close, but a ball, and it's 1-1. 1-on-1 out, bottom of the first inning, no score. The 1-1. And this one popped up, but it's back foul and out of play. The set of the 1-2 was a fastball high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Melendez with a set. The 2-2 is high. 3-2. Melendez, the right-hander, ready. 3-2. And a foul ball. Schwartz bluffed over there at first, but did not take off. Ball up in the zone, out of the zone maybe, and a fly ball, shallow left, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Cervantes, a shortstop running out with his back to the infield, was going to have to try to make an over-the-shoulder catch, and he couldn't get there. Outfielders playing deep enough, they weren't able to get there either. Riggin in left, Hummel in center. And so 2 aboard with 1 out for Tim Stobo. And the first one is Stobo high for ball 1. Next pitch bounced in. 2 balls and no strikes. Eric Bagheris then in the on-deck circle. David Pedraza, Jacob Perez follow. Then Chad Lutz, Chris Pickett, Ryan Daniels, Tommy Lutz for the Sabercats. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. That pitch just misses. 3-1. Stobo with a chance to get the Sabercats in front. Angels got the first 2 aboard in the first inning, but did not score. The 3-1 pitch. And that's high ball 4, and that'll load the bases. First pitch, swing and a miss for a strike. The 0-1. That's a strike. Throw it down to first base, and not quite in time over there. Actually had Stobo with a pretty big secondary lead over there. Daniels a little bit late getting to the bag, and they were not able to get Stobo. Bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the first, scoreless here in the Futures Championship game. That pitch did not miss by much. Just off the outside corner, and it's 1-2. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout as Melendez gets out number 2 in the inning. Now David Pedraza bats with the bases full for the Sabercats and 2 outs in the bottom of the first. He takes high for ball 1. Pitch over for a strike. And the count 1-1. Melendez with a 1-1. Misses high. 2 balls and a strike. Melendez inside with the next one. 3 balls and a strike. No place to put Pedraza with the bases full. The 3-1. And it's high, ball 4, and that'll walk in a run. So the Sabercats get an unearned run here at the bottom of the first inning. They lead the Angels 1-0. And the batter is Jacob Perez. First one to Perez over for a strike. And next one misses for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1. And a ball hit into the hole. It's short off the glove of the shortstop, and no further play. Sabercats get another run. That'll be a base hit for Perez. As Gurka scores. Stumbo to third, Pedraza to second, Perez at first, and the batter Chad Lutz. First one to Lutz on the outside corner, strike 1. Chad pitched around trouble in the first inning. We got a runner over at first base. Figueres then will run for Perez, the catcher. Ball popped up on the right side, playable and put away by Daniels. And that will end the inning with the Sabercats get a couple of unearned runs in the bottom of the first inning. And after one, they lead 2-0. Evan Wesson, the leadoff hitter, going after the first pitch and a ground ball. Schwartz by the bag at second, throws onto first base, and that's in time. 6-3 ground out starts the Angels' second inning. And the batter is Britt Graham. First one to Graham, misses for ball 1. And the ball popped up and back by the netting for a strike. It's 1-1. Angels down 2-0, batting in the top of the second. The 1-1 pitch. That's over for a strike, and it's 1-2. I think Graham had an idea there. He looked like he wanted to pull the trigger and couldn't, and had a quick look back to the plate umpire. The 1-2. And that's hit into very shallow center field, and that's in for a base hit. Ball just got to the outfield grass. White went after it, but just over his outstretched glove and down into center field. Graham with a 1-out base hit, and he's aboard at first base for Jimmy Riggin. Graham will come off as the catcher for the Angels, and Wesson back out to run. I think it's, if everybody bats, then it's the last out of the order that takes over on the bases. Step off and a look to first, but no throw. Jimmy Riggin with a swing and a miss for a strike. And the next pitch is high for a ball, 1-1. Swing and a miss. That one's again up out of the strike zone, and it's 1-2. One ball, two strikes to count. The set and the pitch. And a slow tapper, going to be a tough play. Gurka charges. Safe the call over there at first. Now the umpires are going to come together just in case the plate umpire had a better look, as looked like there was a tag over there. But the call will stand. So the first, we'll make it now 2 aboard with 1 out for Juan Melendez. First one of Melendez misses for ball 1. It was going to be a tough play for Gurka anyway, and then came in charging. He had to throw it all in one motion over to first base. A little bit wide of the bag and not able to get the tag applied, so I think that'll go as an infield hit as the count goes now to 2-0 on Melendez. Just off the plate, 3-0. This Angels team went 2-1 in pool games, while the Sabercat team went 3-0. And of course, each team with semifinal wins earlier today, leading up to this semifinal, or to this championship game, rather. As that is inside for a ball. It's a 4-pitch walk to Melendez, and that loads the bases. And now a chance for the Angels, trailing 2-0, batting in the top of the second inning. Cervantes on to run for the pitcher Melendez. So Graham at third, Wesson running for Riggin at second, Cervantes running for Melendez at first, and the batter is Brecken Montano. And the first pitch over for strike 1. Next pitch outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases loaded, 1 out. Angels down 2-0, hitting in the second, and we'll get a Sabercat timeout. The next one to Montano, a little bit high as we get back to play. The set and the 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. nowhere to put Montano. We're down to the bottom part of the Angel order. Ball fouled back and into the seats, and the count goes to 3-2. And a 3-2, and that's into center field. And a base hit and a run in for the Angels. Montano comes through with an RBI single. And the Angels on the board in the top of the second inning, now trailing 2-1. And still in a position to do a whole lot more here. After a ground out began the inning, they go single, single, walk, single. And now the batter Tanner Quigley. Quigley going after the first one. It's a foul ball down the right field side. The set of the 1-strike pitch. That's high. 2 and I make it 1-1. The 1-1. And a ground ball hit over on the right side. And a throw on to first base is the second out, but a productive out for the Angels. They get another run on an RBI ground out from Quigley. And that ties the game at 2 here in the second. The first one to Chandler Bruce, high for ball 1. The 1-0. Outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Second and third with 2 outs, 2 runs in for the Angels. The 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. Well, after Chandler Bruce back to the top of the order for the Angels. Dominic Hummel, the center fielder, in the on-deck circle. The 3-0. Over for a strike, 3-1. And the set of the 3-1. And that's a little bit low, ball 4. Second walk of the inning given up by Chad Lutz. And that loads the bases again for the Angels. And it's back to the top of the order for Hummel. First pitch hit down the right field line, and that is a fair ball. As the throw comes plateward, 1 run is in for the Angels, and they lead it 3-2. An RBI base hit for Hummel, his second hit of the ball game. And now the batter, Brody Daniels. Daniels going after the first one, hits it straight up and off the glove of the catcher, Perez. Daniels walked his first time up. New life here in the second, the 0-1. Lays off, A pitch that's high, and it's 1-1. The set of the 1-1 pitch. Right back up the middle. That's into center field, a base hit. 1 run will score. The ball bobbled into center field. The runner's going to run through a stop sign and score. He saw that ball bobbled out there in center field and decided to take off. And it's another run in. It's an RBI single for Daniels. The second run comes in on an E8. And now a ground ball out to short. Should get him out of the inning, and it does. A flip to second base to force Daniels for the final out, but a good inning for the Angels as they score 5 times. And after an inning and a half, it's the Angels 5 and the Sabercats 2. Chris Pickett, the leadoff hitter for the Sabercats in the bottom of the second inning, and he takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Now the 1-0. That's high, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. It's over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Melendez to the line of the 2-1 pitch. Bounced in, 3-1. And the 3-1. Outside ball 4. Good start to the inning here for the Sabercats. They finished the first inning leading 2-0, but now trailing 5-2, batting in the bottom of the second inning. And the batter is Ryan Daniels. Ball hit pretty well out to center field, but Hummel is there for the catch. And that's out number 1. Now Tommy Lutz with 1 on and 1 out in the second. And the first pitch outside for ball 1. Ball popped up into foul territory on the first base side, and it's Daniels with the play, and that's out number 2. Now Chase White with 2 outs and a runner at first. And he takes outside for ball 1. The 1-0. Over the outside corner, a strike. It's 1-1. Fastball high, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Bounced in, 3-1. The 3-1, and that's high for ball 4. Second walk of the inning given up in the 4th of the ball game for Juan Melendez. 2 on with 2 outs for Zach Swartz. First one high for ball one. There's a ball hit back up the middle, fielded by the bag at second, and the throw on to first. Cervantes with a nice play to throw out Schwartz, and that will end the Sabercat second inning. They do not score. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, and 2 left. After 2, the Sabercats trail the Angels by a score of 5-2. And we begin the third inning of play. Garrett Gilchrist at the plate takes high for ball one. And a new pitcher out there for the Sabercats. As that ball is fouled off over the dugout on the third base side of the count, 1-1. David Pedraza now on the mound for the Sabercats. Ground ball out towards second. White knocks it down, picks it up, throws wide, and safe at first base. I make it an E4, beg your pardon. Looking for a 4-3 there, but White not able to come up cleanly with the ground ball. You probably want to see him come in on that ball a couple of steps instead of waiting for it there. Swing and a miss for a strike for Daniel Cervantes. Next pitch, low for a ball, 1-1. Cervantes has a quick chat with his head coach, and now back in the batter's box and ready. And the pitch high, 2-1. Was 5 runs and 5 hits in the second inning for the Angels. 2 Sabercat errors helped things along. The 2-1 bounced in, blocked by Perez, 3-1. Here's Pedraza with this set. Check of the runner at first, who takes off, and the pitch is low, and it's ball 4. So Gilchrist would have been bumped to second anyway. No stolen base, and the situation now, runners at first and second with nobody out for Evan Wisson. 5-2 Angels. They hit in the top of the third inning. It's the championship game of the Futures Division in the Desert Classic, session number 2. Pitch to Wisson over for a strike. He grounded out his first time up. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Check back in the 0-2 pitch. Low for a ball, 1-2. Brett Graham next for the Angels. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, just about hit Wisson as he jumps back out of the way, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Wisson strikes out. First out of the inning. And now the batter, Brett Graham. And this is really where the Angels took off here in the second inning. Graham started it off 4 straight reach base and 6 of 7. Ball fouled out of play. 4 hits and 2 walks in that stretch. Pitch just misses for a ball, 1-1. Gilchrist at second, Cervantes at first with 1 out of the top of the 3rd inning. The Angels leading the Sabercats 5-2. A swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. And the pitch low. As the runners take off, Gilchrist jumped right away. Cervantes late trailing, but each of them safe advancing on what would be a double steal. That pitch just off the plate. 3-2 the count on Graham, with now 2 in scoring position and 1 out. And the 3-2. And a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Pedraza. And the batter is Jimmy Riggin. The first one to Riggin high for a ball. The 1-0 pitch. Misses outside, 2-0. Pedraza with a set of the 2-0 pitch. That's over the outside corner, a strike, 2-1. The set and the 2-1 pitch. And that's popped up over on the right side and just caught by the first baseman Lutz. He'll put it away, and that ends the inning. The Angels are turned away in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, an error, and a walk. 2 runners left on. The Angels have stranded 6 through the first 3 innings, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd as they lead the Sabercats by a score of 5-2. Three, 4, and 5 of the order for the Sabercats in the 3rd. As Gurka takes outside for ball 1. Goes after the next one and hammers a ball out to left field. That's going to get over the head of Riggin and go all the way to the warning track. Riggin will pick it up as Gurka stops at second base, and it's a leadoff double. By far the hardest hit ball of the ball game. Now Tim Stumbo takes ball 1. The 1-0. Misses for a ball, 2-0. Melendez with the 2-0 pitch. Misses for a ball, 3-0. The 3-0. Not close. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk. That'll put the first 2 aboard for the Sabercats in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And we'll get a timeout from the Angels dugout. We play in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 5-2 Angels. Now Eric Bagera staying for the Sabercats as he takes high for ball 1. That ball hammered out to left center field. That's going to split the outfielders. Sabercats are going to get at least one as Gurka scores. Still ball going to be waved around. Here comes the relay throw to the plate. It's up the line and safe. It's a 2-run double for Eric Pakiristan, and the Sabercats come back with a couple in the bottom of the third and now trail 5-4. And another timeout from the Angel dugout, and that's going to be hit for Melendez. We play in the bottom of the third inning. It's 5-4. And the first pitch to David Pedraza misses for ball one. The 1-0 pitch. At the knees, a strike. It's 1-1. It's Daniel Cervantes on a pitch for the Angels. And a ground ball. First base side, but foul. The set and the 1-2 pitch. Bounced in there, 2-2. Two and true on Pedraza. Jacob Perez next. And a ground ball out to short. Waiting on it there. The throw to first base. That's not going to be in time. And it's an infield base hit. And that'll put runners at the corners. But Garrison goes to third. And Pedraza with the infield base hit. Now Perez at the plate. Throw to first, and that one nearly got away. Daniels had to leap over Pedraza at first base. Runner goes. And a stolen base for Pedraza. The pitch to Perez missed for a ball. The 1-0. Skipped in there. 2 balls and no strikes. Cervantes working out of the windup. The 2-0 pitch. Inside, 3-0. In the 3-0. And close enough to be called a strike, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. And that misses for ball 4. Bases loaded for the Sabercats with the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second base. And the batter, Chandelets. And a swing and a miss. Throw down to third, and just about got the Garrison going back to third. The 1-strike pitch. It's inside, and it's 1-1. Cervantes winds in the 1-1. Popped up first base side, but out of play. And the count 1-2. Here's Cervantes, the right-hander, back to the wind, and the 1-2 pitch. Outside, bounced in. That'll be a wild pitch, and it'll bring home the tying run. Not much that Graham, the catcher, could do about that when he tried to move the feet and get the glove out there, and that ball just too far away to have a chance at it. So the wild pitch brings in the tying run. They count 2-2 on Lutz with 2 in scoring position. It's now a 5-5 game in the third. And a swing and a miss. Lutz strikes out. That's the first out of the inning for the Sabercats. And the batter is Chris Pickett. Ball hit out towards second base. The only play is going to be to first. And so that'll bring in the go-ahead run for the Sabercats as they have come back to score 4 times in the third. A 4-3 ground out, but an RBI for Pickett as Pedraza scores. And now it's actually Zach Schwartz running at third base for Perez. And Ryan Daniels at the plate now for the Sabercats. A swing and a miss. One ball, one strike on Daniels. 2 outs and a runner at third. 4 in for the Sabercats, though, in the third inning. And they lead 6-5. The 1-1. Popped up. And put away by the catcher, Graham. Kind of an awkward catch, but he brought it in nonetheless. And a good play there to end the inning. Good inning, though, for the Sabercats. They score 4 times in the bottom of the third. And after 3, Sabercats lead the Angels by a score of 6-5. Underway in the 4th inning. Juan Melendez takes inside for ball 1. Melendez, Montano, and Quigley for the Angels in the 4th. The 1-0. A hard hit ground ball, and that's past the shortstop Schwartz, and the leadoff hitter is aboard. And Brecken Montano with a runner at first. He had an RBI single his first time up, showing bunt, and bunts it foul. The 1-strike pitch, bunt shown, ball popped up and fouled off. The entire field, of course, in shade now as we hit about 6:45. And we're just getting ready to say that the lights aren't on yet, but it looks like they've just clicked them on here, and so they'll start to take effect here before too long. No balls, 2 strikes with a runner at first base, just getting going here in the top of the 4th inning. The Angels trailing the Sabercats by a score of 6-5. Pedraza with a send of the 0-2. And a ground ball. That's going to be a fair ball off of the first baseman Lutz, and now they'll throw across the diamond to third. And just getting in there safe at third base is Melendez. So first and third on a couple of errors to begin the inning, and the batter is Tanner Quigley. Quigley with an RBI ground out of his first time up. Pedraza's thrown a couple of ground balls here in the fourth inning, but defensive troubles behind him. And now he's trying to pitch out of trouble as Quigley swings and misses for strike one. The 0-1. The runner at first base taken off. That ball hit, it's going to be a fair ball. And just in time at first base. I don't know for sure what happened there, if Perez thought it was fouled off the hitter. But a little bit slow reacting. Able to come out from behind the plate and throws a strike to first base to retire Quigley for the first out. Montano goes to second. Melendez stays put at third. And the batter is Chandler Bruce. Boy, the busted squeeze here. Throw down to third, and the tag applied. I don't know if that's a safety squeeze, maybe a blown sign there or a missed sign somewhere. And that's a big break for the Sabercats. Bruce not able to get the bunt down, and then they throw behind to get Melendez for the second out. And now a swing and a miss for a strike on Chandler Bruce. Two outs with a runner at second. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that'll do it as Bruce strikes out. And it ends the inning. No runs, no hits, 2 errors, and 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Angels do not score, and they still trail by a score of 6-5. Tommy Lutz leads off for the Sabercats in the bottom of the fourth inning and takes ball 1. Chase White, Zach Schwartz follow for the Sabercats in the fourth. The 1-0. Pitch low, 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. That's inside, 3-0. The 3-0 pitch taken all the way, and it's over for a strike, 3-1. The wind and the 3-1. And that's a swing and a miss. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. Cervantes comes back to retire Tommy Lutz, and there's 1 away. And Chase White, the second baseman. First one bounced in there and got a piece of the plate umpire. The 1-0 pitch. And a slow ground ball on the left side, grabbed by the third baseman. The throw on to first is not in time. Under one of those slow choppers and an infield single. Wide aboard at first base for Zach Schwartz. runner takes off. Schwartz shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and it's an easy stolen base for White. Fastball high. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. 6-5 Sabercats, batting in the bottom of the 4th. And the 2-0 pitch. Ooh, called a strike there, 2-1. The sent from Cervantes and the 2-1 pitch. And a ground ball over to the right side, picked up by Daniels. And then they're going to throw behind the runner and out at third base, the call. White went too far around the bag at third. And he is thrown out to end the inning. No runs, a hit, and nobody left after 4. Still 6-5 Sabercats. And we begin the 5th inning, top of the order for the Angels. Dominic Hummel takes high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Outside and high, 2-0. Hummel, Daniels, and Giorgini for the Angels in the 5th. This is the Futures Championship game of the Desert Classic session number 2. And the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a foul ball. And the count's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Foul to the net, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. High for ball 3, 3-2. Hummel with a single in the 1st and an RBI single in the 2nd. Now batting to begin the 5th and the 3-2 pitch. And that's over the outside corner, a called 3rd strike. And Pedraza strikes out Hummel to begin the 5th inning. The batter is Brody Daniels. Daniels shortened the bunt, pulled the bat back, and takes ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That's high for a ball, 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch. Misses outside, 3-0. And the 3-0. And that misses for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk. And Daniels is aboard at first base with 1 out. The batter is Joey Giorgini. Giorgini had a couple of fielder's choices in his 2 at-bats. 1 in the 1st inning and then 1 ended the 2nd as the first one to him is outside for a ball. 5 in a row out of the strike zone from Pedraza. The 1-0 pitch. High for a ball, 2-0. And timeout called from the Sabercat dugout. We play in the fifth inning, 6-5 Sabercats. There's a pitch over for a strike to Giorgini. 2-1 the count. And the 2-1. Runner going to the ball. Hit into right field. Caught there. They'll throw to first base to try to double up the runner, and they throw just off the mark. Short hopped a bit. But the second out recorded as Giorgini lines out to right field. And there's two away as Ryan Daniels made that catch in right. And now Garrett Gilchrist for the Angels. Going after the first one, fouls it to the netting for a strike. Runner goes. Pitch misses. The throw down to second base late. It's a steal for Brody Daniels. And he's in scoring position. 1-1 the count on Gilchrist. Ball bounced in and blocked by Perez, and the count goes to 2-1. Next one low, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. That one just missed for a ball. And Gilchrist aboard at first base. 2 on and 2 outs for Daniel Cervantes. Cervantes with a fly out and a walk in 2 trips. Takes high for ball 1. And the next one inside, 2-0. Ball hit to behind the mound, and that throw, boy, that's going to get away and go down the line, and that'll bring in a run. That's one that's softly hit as that one was. You want to just put that one in your back pocket. Schwartz tried to come up and make a big play there, and instead threw the ball away. So it's an infield hit for Cervantes, and then an E6 brings in Daniels from third base. Gilchrist goes around to third, and Cervantes ends up at second. 6th error for the Sabercats, and the Angels have tied it here in the 5th, a 6-6 ball game. And the batter is Evan Wisson. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled off at the plate, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Was in a ground out and a strikeout on his 2 at-bats. The 1-2. And a fly ball hit well out to right field. But there to make the catch. The Sabercats get the final out of the inning. A fly out to right field. And the Angels get the tying run, an unearned run here in the 5th inning. And they do it on just 1 hit, plus the 1 error, 2 runners left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Angels 6 and the Sabercats 6. Hudson Gurka leads off in the 5th inning for the Sabercats and takes the first one low for ball 1. Hudson with a single and a run in the first, a double and a run in the 3rd. And he knew that one was over for a strike. Upset with himself there. And the count 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. A swing and a foul tip. And now foul ball, and it's 1-2. That's bounced in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. And that's low, ball 3, 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch. Off the handle. And it turns into a 1-hopper out to a second base and a throw on to first in time. And a 4-3 ground out. Now Tim Stobo with 1 out of the bases empty. And a ground ball out to short and right under the glove of the shortstop Montano. And E6. When Cervantes came at a pitch, that's when Montano moved from second to short, and Melendez, the starting pitcher, took over at second base. 1 on and 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning for Eric Begiristain. Eric struck out in the first, had a 2-run double, and scored in the 3rd. The 1-0. A line drive caught by Montano, and he's going to redeem himself there as he starts a 6-3 double play. Snares the line drive and then throws over to first to double up Stobo, and that ends the Sabercat 5th inning. We move to the 6th. It's still 6-6. Britt Graham leads off the top of the 6th inning and takes a strike from a new Sabercat pitcher. Hudson Gurka on to throw the 6th. And next one is low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, the 1-1. And a ground ball over to second. Picked up there and an easy throw to first base. Chase White comes in, charges that ball. Remember, we talked about that a little bit earlier. He comes in to get that one and got a better hop and had an easy play to throw on Graham. Now Jimmy Riggin. First one low and outside for a ball. Top of the sixth inning, 6-6 our score. Angels scored 5 in the second and 1 in the fifth. The next one is outside, 2-0 for the Saber Cats, 2 in the first and 4 in the third. 2-0 pitch. Low for a ball, 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch. And it bounces in. That's ball 4. Ground out begins the inning, and now a 4-pitch walk. And the batter is Juan Melendez. Melendez with a walk and a run and an error, reaching on an error as he takes a strike. The 0-1, runner goes. The ball bounced in there. Perez blocked it, but did not have a play at second base. So he still on base, and the Angels put the go-ahead run in scoring position. The 1-1 pitch. Popped up right side. White's there and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Two away for Breckin Montano for the Angels. First pitch outside for ball 1. A swing and a miss, a strike, 1-1. Go ahead, run at second base, 2 outs in the Angels' 6th inning. Pop up, first base side in foul territory. Going to be a long run just out of the reach of the first baseman, Lutz. One ball, 2 strikes on Breckin Montano. Had an RBI single in the second, reached on an error in the fourth. The 1-2 pitch. Up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is high, and it's 3-2. The set and the 3-2 pitch. And that one fouled back. And we stay at 3-2. Kirka with a set and a 3-2. Off the handle, foul back again, out of play. 6-6 our score in the top of the 6th inning. It's the Futures Championship game of the Desert Classic, session number 2 here from Holcomb Stadium in Mesa. Another 3-2 pitch. And Montano staying on it there, fouled that one to the net. And another 3-2. And a foul ball. That's 4 different 2-strike pitches fouled off by Montano now. It's been a 9-pitch at-bat so far. The set. Pitch number 10 of the at-bat. Runner goes, check swing, throw to third base. Is not in time, and on the appeal, going to say he didn't go around. And you know, I don't want to say he wasn't watching, but he was definitely, base umpire definitely concerned about that runner going to third base. So ball 4 on pitch number 10 of the at-bat. And the batter is Tanner Quigley. Turned into a really good play for Lutz over there at third to keep that ball from going down the line and bringing in what would have been the go-ahead run. That runner at third base at the corners with 2 outs and a strike to Tanner Quigley. Runner from first takes off, and no play down to second base. That'll be a steal. Count a ball and a strike. Second and third with 2 outs in the 6th. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Kirk looking in now, sets, and the 1-2 pitch. Over the outside corner, strike 3. And that does it for the Angels in the 6th. Couple of walks in the inning, 2 more runners left on. They've left 11 runners on base through 6 innings. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Angels 6 and the Sabercats 6. Pedraza, Perez, and Lutz in the 6th inning. Breaking ball to David Pedraza over for a strike. Ball foul to the netting, and he's down 0-2. Pedraza with a bases loaded walk and an RBI in the 1st, and then an infield single, a stolen base, and a run scored in the 3rd. The 0-2 bounced in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cervantes to the line of the 1-2. And a grounder foul on the first base side. And a swing and a miss. Pitch up out of the strike zone, and Pedraza strikes out. Here's Jacob Perez. And he takes strike one. The 0-1 pitch. High for a ball, 1-1. Perez an RBI single in the first and a walk in the third. Ground ball over to third base. Knocked down and no play. Wilson did what you ask a third baseman to do, and that's put the body in front of it and knock it down, but then you got to be able to pick it up, and he wasn't able to get it with the bare hand. Typically on a harder hit ball like that, if you knock it down and pick it up clean, you're going to have a play at first base. But he couldn't bare hand it, and it's an E5. Go ahead run at first base for Chad Lutz. And first pitch over for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. It's 1-1. The tournament rules indicate no new inning after 2 hours. And I don't know, didn't get our exact start time. We were hustling just to try to get lineups and get here to get the game started. But I don't think we were very far past our scheduled start time of 5:30. We're coming up on 7:30 now. Cervantes steps off. Runner goes, swing and a miss, and a tag at second. Got to be just a little bit late. Still on base for Perez. Lutz protecting the runner, swinging through it there to get him to second base. Now they go ahead to run in scoring position in the 1-2. As a tapper back, Cervantes looks the runner back and throws to first base for out number 2. 1-3 on the ground out. Perez stays at second. And the batter is Chris Pickett. First pitch bounced in there, ball one. The 1-0 pitch over the outside corner, a strike. The look back and the 1-1 pitch. Fastball outside. Two balls and a strike on Chris Pickett, who walked in the second, had an RBI ground out in the third. Trying to prolong the inning here in the sixth with a runner at second and 2 outs. And the 2-1. And a ground ball snared by Cervantes. He'll throw to first base. And the Sabercats are retired in the sixth inning. We head to the seventh. It's still 6-6. Chandler Bruce, the leadoff hitter for the Angels in the seventh. A swing and a miss for a strike. 12th and final man in the order. Then it's back to the top for the Angels. Next one low, and it's a ball and a strike. Next pitch a little bit high, 2-1. Here's a swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bruce with a walk and a run in the second and a strikeout in the fourth. Pitch outside, now 3-2. And a 3-2. Foul back to the net. That's in Gurka in his second inning of relief for the Saber Cats. Pitched to scoreless sixth. And a ground ball, foul outside of first base. It was a bumpy sixth, a couple of walks. Had runners at second and third with 2 outs, but got a strikeout to end the inning and get out of the inning without allowing a run. Another 3-2. And that's hit into shallow center field, and it falls in front of Pedraza for a base hit. That's a big hit from the number 12 man in the order for the Angels. And now the go-ahead run on at first base, playing in the top of the 7th inning. See what the decision is here for the Angels. You would assume they're going to try to bunt him to second base with the leadoff hitter at the plate, a guy that will be able to handle the bat pretty well. Yeah, the first pitch low and away for ball 1. Throw to first and the runner back. The 1-1, the 1-0 pitch rather, over for a called strike. Now 1-1. Throw to first. That turned into a close one over there. Put the runner back. The 1-1. A bunt, and boy, they had a chance at the runner over there, but Lutz came in crashing, and he had to try to hustle back, and they just about got Bruce over there. Go ahead, run at first base as we play in the top of the 7th. It's the championship game of the Futures Division, the Desert Classic, session number 2. And a swing and a foul tip and a strikeout. Hummel is the first out of the 7th inning. And the batter is Brody Daniels. Pickoff move to first base and close over there. Daniels, the hitter. A walk in the first. RBI single in the second, a walk and a stolen base and a run scored in the 5th. Runner goes. The pitch is strike. The throw to second on the shortstop side of the bag, and a stolen base for Bruce. Now the go-ahead run in scoring position for the Angels in the top of the 7th. The 0-1. At the knees, a strike, and it's 0-2. Joey Giorgini on deck for the Angels. The 2-strike pitch. And a tapper. Fielded. And on to first base. Boy, that's a well of a play right there from the pitcher, Hudson Gurka, who, of course, started the game at third base. Had to field a slow ground ball and just flip that throw over to first. And got enough of it to retire Daniels. Bruce goes to third base, so now they go ahead and run 90 feet away, and the batter is Joey Giorgini. Giorgini with a swing and a foul ball. No balls and a strike on Giorgini. Runner at third and 2 outs, top of the 7th. The 0-1. Foul out of play. And it's 0-2. Gurka way out in front here, 0-2. See what he does. The 2-strike pitch. And a swing and a miss. Put it up out of the strike zone, and Giorgini went after it. And a strikeout ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-6. Ryan Daniels leads off and fouls the first one off. (10, 11, and 1) in the order for the Sabercats in the 7th. Ball bounced in there, and it's 1-1. And 2 balls and a strike. Daniels with a fly out to center in the 2nd, popped out to the catcher Graham in foul territory in the 3rd. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss. Might have been a changeup there, and it's 2-2. Fastball misses outside, 3-2. Cervantes running in the 3-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. So Daniel strikes out. 1 away in the Sabercats 7th. And the batter is Tommy Lutz. First one to Lutz, a ball. And a one hopper out to short. And the throw from Montano on the money. 6-3 ground out, 2 away. And the batter, Chase White. White hits a fly ball pretty well out to center field. That's going to get over the head of the center fielder, Hummel. He'll get to it as White goes into second base with a 2-out double. Second hit of the night for Chase White, 2 for 3 and a walk. And the batter is Zach Swartz. And we'll get an Angels timeout playing the 7th at 6-6. Zach Swartz at the plate. Winning run at second for the Sabercats. And the first pitch on the inside corner, strike one. Now the set of the 0-1. Bounced in, blocked there by Graham. And it's 1-1. The set and a 1-1 pitch. And a ground ball. That's through and into center field for a base hit. Throw's going to come to the plate. And out at the plate. Oh, a big play out there. Hummel throws out the winning run at the plate. And we will go extras. White gunned down as Swartz came through with a base hit. But then a throw to the plate ends the inning for the Sabercats. No runs on 2 hits and 1 left. And we'll go I believe, extra innings here as we play after 7. It's tied at 6. So we'll go to the top of the 8th inning, and they're going to go to a tiebreaker situation as Garrett Gilchrist swings and misses for a strike. There was, I think, a little bit of confusion as to what to do in this situation. What they agreed upon is they put a runner at second base with nobody out. As the next pitch is high. So it's Joey Giorgini, the final out, or the last batter, is out at second base, and it's Garrett Gilchrist at the plate. So the go-ahead run in scoring position and nobody out is how each team is going to get a chance to start their inning. A swing and a foul ball, and the count goes to 1-2. So it's the top of the 8th inning, 6-6 our score. And again, based on the tiebreaker rules that they've decided to go with here, there is a runner at second base and nobody out. Of course, the Sabercats will get that same opportunity in the bottom of the 8th. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Gilchrist. Daniel Cervantes, Evan Wisson follow for the Angels in the 8th. Gurko with the set and a 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and he gets a strikeout as Gilchrist not able to advance the runner. A little bit surprised there, I guess. You get that runner to second base. It is the meat of the order. It's the number 4 hitter in the lineup at the plate, and so maybe that's why you don't move him around. I try to bunt him to third, but I guess it's kind of that same situation. If you get a leadoff guy on, you single or you move him to second base anyway. But that's a runner at second with nobody out. And they waste an out there, not able to move the runner up any. Cervantes takes ball 1. Now Gurko with the set and the 1-0 pitch. Popped up, foul territory out of play. And the count 1-1. Now, through all of this, and the discussion going into this 8th inning, can't forget about how the 7th inning ended, and that was with Chase White being thrown out at the plate on what would have been the winning run of the ball game. 1-1. That's high for a ball, 2-1. I think it's the right decision to send him. Ball wasn't hit very hard, very deep into center field, but you're looking at trying to get another base hit to bring him in anyway, and so take your chances. It had to be a perfect throw, and it was right on the money. Now 3-1 on Cervantes. Three balls and a strike. Gurka with a set. Check it back to second base. And the pitch. And that one fouled back. And out of play, and the count's 3-2. Runner takes off, and the ball comes back, and that's out of play. And we stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Georgiani got a pretty good jump out there at second base last time. We'll see what they do this time on a 3-2. He does not take off, and the pitch is low and outside, ball 4. So now 2 aboard with 1 out for Evan Wissett. Wissett 0 for 3. And the first pitch on the outside corner, a strike. Gurka with a set. And the pitch. Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Throw down to third. And safe at third base. Ball bounced in front of Lutz. He did a good job just to keep that ball from getting by. And runners at first and third with 1 out. Go ahead run at third base, though, for the Angels with 1 out of the 8th. No balls, 2 strikes on Wissett. Here's the set. And that pitch over the outside corner, a called third strike. 5th strikeout in relief for Hudson Gurka. And now the batter is Britt Graham. Runner from first base takes off. And the pitch is low for ball 1. Still on base. Put Cervantes into scoring position. The 1-0 pitch. And that's a line drive, and that's into center field, a base hit. 1 run will score. And another throw to the plate, and out. Boy, a runner ran through the stop sign again. Never even looked coming around third base. And he's thrown out at the plate, but the Angels do score. It's an RBI single for Britt Graham. And they get their run in the top of the 8th inning and lead by a score of 7-6. Bottom of the 8th inning. And Hudson Gurka at the plate. Zach Swartz takes second base. And now there's going to be a question because I don't know if he's the right guy to be out there. I don't know if they said the last player in the order or the last batted out. It's what they're going to decide on here because Swartz was a guy that hit the ball in the 7th inning that had White thrown out at the plate. So is it the last batter or the last batted out? And that's the question right now. We'll let them sort it out as we play in the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-6 Angels. So after much discussion, we're back to baseball here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Sabercats did send the incorrect runner out, at least how they finally determined it. And it, in fact, now is Tommy Lutz, who was the last batted out. Again, there was confusion whether it was the last batter in the order, the last batted out, what have you. There's a ball bunted, picked up by Cervantes, throw to first base, and in time. But good bunt there as Gurka gets the bunt down, and that gets the tying run to third base. Sacrifice gets that runner over to third, and now again the tying run 90 feet away. The batter Tim Stobo. Angels are going to bring the infield in here to try to cut off that run. And the Angels, interesting, they're going to intentionally walk Stobo to put the winning run on at first base. And that'll bring up Eric Begarstein. I guess you can put that runner on at first base. Maybe you get a double play to get out of the game there. And now they're going to walk another one. Well, I would understand that if that was the winning run at third, but that's just the tying run at third base. I don't quite understand. You pick your poison, I guess, and you set up now a force at any base. But now you're going to face David Pedraza, who has a base hit on the night, 1 for 2. Tying run at third, winning run at second. And only one out of the inning. And the first pitch over for a strike. Sabercats thinking a win here now with 2 in scoring position, but for sure, with 1 out of the inning, you got to find a way to get the runner in from third base. Fastball inside, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Off the handle and fouled off. And they count 1-2. 7-6 Angels. They got a run in the top of the 8th inning. An RBI base hit from Britt Graham. Now the Sabercats trying to answer in the 8th. They've got the bases loaded and 1 out, down a run. The 1-2 pitch. And that one not close. That one slips out of the hand of Cervantes. Five and a third innings of relief for Daniel Cervantes. And the 2-2. He'll step off. He's going to try to run back to second, but just trying to keep that runner close. That's a big idea, good idea, and a big play there because that's the winning run. You want to try to keep him as close as you can. And now the Sabercats are going to have to keep an eye on the center fielder as he's sneaking in some. The 2-2. popped up. Foul territory and playable. And that's caught by the catcher, Graham, and a big second out. And the batter, Jacob Perez. Tying run at third, winning run at second for the Sabercats. Down 7-6 in the bottom of the eighth. Championship game of the Futures Division. And the ball fouled out of play. Perez with an RBI single in the first, a walk in the third, and he reached on an error in the fifth. Make it the sixth inning. Sabercats had the winning run thrown out at the plate in the bottom of the seventh, which forced extra innings. The next one is high. And the Angels, after scoring once in the eighth, had another runner thrown out at the plate to end the top of the eighth inning for them. The set and a 1-1 pitch. Fastball, that's outside and high, 2-1. Tommy Lutz, the runner at third base. Stobo at second. Viguera staying at first. The 2-1. Low, 3-1. Throw down to first base and safe the call at first. That just about ended the ball game. But safe the call, and that's going to bring the Angels head coach out of the dugout. I don't know that you can ask for assistance there, and he's not going to. Boy, and you want to have a good secondary lead, but that runner over at first base, for really either side, that runner doesn't matter. And so no reason to get hung up over there at first base. The Angels just about picked their way out of the ball game. 3-1 pitch, foul back. Well, now it's going to get even more exciting here. 3-2 the count with 2 outs and the bases loaded. The runners will take off. And that's going to give the Sabercats an even better chance to get that runner in on a base hit, that runner from second base. 3-2 the count. Cervantes bent at the waist. The tying run at third, the winning run at second. Here's the set. The runners go in the 3-2, and it's foul back, and we'll do it again. The set from Cervantes. The runners go again, another 3-2. It's high for ball 4. That walks in the tying run. So Lutz comes in to score to tie the game at 7. And now the base is still loaded. The winning run is at third base, and the batter is Chad Lutz. And again, makes you kind of wonder about the idea of those back-to-back intentional walks. And a ground ball hit into the hole at short. Got to be a tough play. They'll throw to second. It's wide, and that'll do it as the Sabercats score. And they get 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning to come from behind. And they win the Futures Division Championship. What a come-from-behind win there as the Sabercats were down to their final out in the bottom of the 8th inning. And they score twice and win by a score of 8-7. I think it'll should go anyway as an E6 on a throwing error. And the winning run comes in for the Sabercats as they scored twice in the 8th inning. Good ball game. Went back and forth as the Sabercats scored 2 in the first. The Angels responded with 5 in the second inning to go up 5-2. The Angels scored 4 in the third, or the Sabercats rather scored 4 in the third to go up 6-5. Angels tied it with a run in the fifth to make it 6-6. We stayed that way going into extra innings. And then the Angels with a run in the 8th inning as we played the tiebreaker rules, putting that runner at second. The Angels able to bring that runner around to score, and then the Sabercats not only brought that runner around, they brought another one as well, and it was the 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. The difference in the ball game, and our final score is 8-7 as the Sabercats win it in extra innings. So that'll do it. And again, congratulations to the Sabercat Gray Baseball Club as they beat Angels Gray by a final score of 8-7, and they are the champions in the Futures Division of the Desert Classic Session number 2. And that'll do it from Holcomb Stadium in Mesa. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long.